I think we've been sold the wrong idea about motivation. We keep telling men they need more motivation. You need to wake up earlier. You need to work harder. And you need to push through. You need to be more disciplined. But what if motivation isn't actually your problem? Well, the problem is that your attention is being pulled in 100 different directions before you even get a chance to focus on what actually matters. Think about how most of us start our day. You wake up, you check your phone, you see a notification, you check a message, you scroll for a few minutes. Maybe you see something that makes you angry. Maybe something makes you compare your life to somebody else's. And before you've gotten out of bed, you've already given away part of your attention. And that's the part nobody really talks about. You don't have to completely destroy your discipline to lose your focus. Sometimes you just have to give little pieces of it away all day. And distraction isn't always TikTok or Instagram. Sometimes distraction looks productive. You're constantly checking emails, answering everybody else's questions, taking on the things that aren't actually yours to carry, saying yes because you don't want somebody to be disappointed, starting 5 different projects and finishing none of them. And then at the end of the day, you're exhausted, wondering why you didn't make progress on the thing that actually mattered the most. That's not always a motivation problem. Sometimes it's an attention problem. You can't hear purpose when everything is competing for your attention. And I don't mean that in some overly dramatic way. I mean, you literally need space to think, space to figure out what you actually want, space to ask yourself whether the way you're spending your time is actually matching the man you want to become. Because it's really easy to say you want to build something. It's easy to say you want to be healthier. It's easy to say you want to be more present with your family. It's easy to say you want to grow financially. But eventually, your calendar tells the truth. That's why I think discipline is bigger than just waking up early. Discipline is deciding what deserves your attention. It's being able to say, not right now. It's turning the phone off when you need to work. It's not answering every message immediately. It's not letting somebody else's emergency become your entire day. It's being intentional about what you consume. And honestly, sometimes discipline is just being bored. Sitting in silence, thinking, not reaching for your phone every time there are 5 seconds of empty space. Because eventually, this becomes bigger than productivity. It becomes identity. Every time you protect your attention, you're telling yourself, what I'm building matters. Every time you keep promises to yourself, you're telling yourself, my word means something. And that's where self-respect comes from. Not from talking about being disciplined, not from posting motivational quotes, not from telling everybody what you're going to do. It's built quietly through the things you do when nobody's watching. So if you feel stuck right now, I wouldn't start by asking yourself, how do I become more motivated? I'd ask a different question. What's taking my attention away that doesn't deserve it? Start there. Maybe it's your phone. Maybe it's saying yes to everything. Maybe it's constantly checking what everybody else is doing. Maybe it's trying to do 10 things instead of doing one thing well. Pick one distraction and remove it. And then give that attention back to something that actually matters. Do that consistently, and you'll probably discover something interesting. You didn't necessarily need motivation. You needed room to actually hear yourself think. I think a lot of men are tired. Not because they're incapable, not because they're lazy, but because they're constantly available, constantly consuming, constantly responding, constantly trying to keep up. And somewhere in all that noise, they lose touch with what they actually want. So maybe the next step isn't doing more. Maybe it's removing something. Protect your attention. Protect your peace. Protect the things you're building. Because the man you're trying to become needs your attention too. And that's the quiet work.